What if I told you the Hulk you think you know, the Rage Monster, the Green Engine of Destruction, is nothing compared to what's coming? What if there exists a Hulk so terrifying, so corrupted, so anciently powerful that even the one above all, the god of Marvel, couldn't stop the chain reaction that birthed him? Today we're diving into the Infernal Hulk, a creature forged from cosmic corruption, demonic inheritance, and pure primordial terror. This isn't just a new Hulk. This is the end of the Age of Heroes and the beginning of the Age of Monsters. But before we start the video, if you're new to our channel, please subscribe, because your one subscription motivates us to create more amazing videos like this. Let's jump into it. We open in Red Creek, Kentucky, a quiet rural town where the air smells like sawdust, diesel, and impending trouble. Two construction workers wrap up for the day, tired, dusty, unaware that their lives are about to intersect with something far beyond human. One of them, a bearded, broad-shouldered man in a red flannel, jokes about getting home to deal with diapers and family life. It's just another normal evening, or so he thinks. As he loads tools into the bed of his truck, his co-worker asks a casual question. What's Pedialyte? And it's in that moment, in that harmless slice of daily life, when everything changes. A deep, thunderous boom echoes from somewhere beyond the tree line. The man freezes, eyes widening, heartbeat shifting from casual to alert. That sound wasn't normal. It wasn't local, and whatever caused it is coming. That boom wasn't just a random noise, and now the men can feel it. The forest goes quiet. Too quiet, as if the trees themselves are waiting. One of them turns, brow furrowed. Did you hear something? He never finishes the sentence, because suddenly, slicing through the silence, comes the deafening wail of a siren. Not a fire alarm, not a tornado warning, something worse. The men freeze, every instinct telling them something is very, very wrong. The younger worker speaks first, voice shaking. The hell is that? The bearded man stares toward the town. It's an old evacuation siren. Then quieter. I've never heard it before. And that's the disturbing part. It's not silent because it's broken. It's silent because nothing has ever triggered it. Until now, their truck roars to life, kicking up cloud to dust as they scramble to leave, because whatever set that siren off is something they don't want to face unprepared. The screen fades to text. 3 hours ago. And just like that, we jump to now. Red Creek isn't quiet anymore. It's a militarized zone. Soldiers crawl through the wet forest, weapons locked, nerves trembling. One whispers. 3 clicks. They're tracking something. Something getting closer. Another soldier mutters, almost to reassure himself. It ain't really him, because whoever or whatever they're hunting used to be a hero. Above them, helicopters slice the air. Below, armored vehicles flood the woods with headlights and mud. The soldiers whisper like children telling ghost stories. I saw him on TV with the Avengers once. He looked kinda scary, but he's a good guy. A good guy. That's what people used to say. Until now, suddenly, boom! An explosion rips through the heart of town. Streetlights shatter. Buildings erupt in flame. A panicked voice, still moving, 2 clicks and closing. Then another voice, desperate, hopeful, delusional. This is that mystery guy or something. The real guy's gonna show up in the nick of time and save us. You'll see that deep down, everyone here knows the truth. No one's coming to save them. Because the monster they're trying to stop used to be the savior. The evacuation is nearly complete. Soldiers huddle behind cover, rain dripping from helmets and rifles. One voice crackles over comms. Last bus just cleared the line. Town's empty. A soldier replies quietly, "Sup for us," because they're the ones buying time with their lives. At the center of the squad stands an older man. Grizzled, stern, hardened by too many battles. This is Mr. Bridger. He looks to a younger soldier, voice steady. We're giving the town time to get clear. Kid, that's the job, and we're doing it. Good? The rookie snaps back. Yes, sir, Mr. Bridger. But then, recognition sparks. The kid looks at him like he's seeing a legend. Holy crap, you're David Bridger? Captain Davis said you were a legit war hero in your day. Bridger's reaction isn't pride, it's regret. His voice is low. That's not how I remember it. The rookie tries again. He said you were a crazy good shot and that you killed an assload of people. Bridger's eyes harden. A man burdened by ghosts. That's the opposite of a hero, kid. And as if the universe wants to reinforce that truth, blow, boom, another explosion lights up the night sky. Helicopters sweep in overhead. The forest trembles. The ground shakes. 'Cause the thing coming toward them isn't a war hero either. It's a nightmare wearing the skin of one. The countdown continues. 1,000 meters. The enemy is almost here. Bridget turns to one soldier. "What's your name?" "Dorsey, sir." Then he turns to the nervous rookie, the one with too much hope and too little experience. Bridget squints. "I can see your name tape. What's your real name?" The kid stammers. Travis." Bridget's voice softens, the only warmth in this cold battlefield. "I know it's scary as hell, Travis, but I'm gonna look out for you, okay?" "Yes, sir." Then Bridget tells him the truth of war. Not the pretty version printed in history books. "Travis, nobody in combat's a hero. Everyone's just trying not to get killed. The good ones help their buddies not get killed." That's when someone screams, "Incoming." Rain pours harder. Lightning cracks. And then, a silhouette drops from the sky. A soldier gasps, "Oh God, I can see him." The rookie's voice quivers with desperate belief. "The real one's gonna save us. You'll see." But he doesn't understand. He thinks he's witnessing salvation. Instead, he's watching doom fall from the heavens. Tanks swivel. Searchlights cut through the storm. And a final voice says, "It's gonna be O." But the sentence is never finished. Because the thing descending from the sky is not a hero. It's the Hulk, but not our Hulk. This is something darker. Something corrupted, something infernal. Before anyone can react, the sky splits with fire. A blinding streak tears downward, moving faster than any missile, faster than any aircraft. And then, doom. The ground doesn't shake, it convulses. Tanks flip like toys. Soldiers are thrown through the air, screaming and weightless. Metal crumples. Armor melts. Dirt explodes upward like a volcanic blast. And in the middle of that inferno, where the ground is scorched black and molten, something stands. Not a weapon, not a machine. A being, a force of wrath, wearing the shape of a man. The soldiers who survive long enough to look up don't see salvation. They see the end. The Infernal Hulk has arrived. Smoke rolls across the battlefield. Floodlights sweep through the rain. Helicopters hover overhead. Weapons warmed and shaking in the storm winds. Every gun, every tank, every soldier is aimed at the crater, because standing in the fire is the thing they came to stop. No one speaks at first. No one breathes. Then, one trembling officer steps forward, tablet in hand, voice cracking. Dr. Bruce Banner. He tries to sound official, but fear wraps around every syllable. "Be the authority of the Department of Defense. We're..." His sentence dies as the tablet slips from his shaking hands and shatters against the mud. Because Banner, or whatever Banner has become, slowly raises one massive clawed hand. Not to surrender, but simply to acknowledge him. The air grows heavier. The soldier's heart pounds so loud it feels like thunder. One whispers, barely audible, "We're authorized to," but he never finishes. Because even without speaking, every man in that clearing understands. No permission slip, no protocol, no government order matters now. They are facing a fugitive. They're facing judgment, and the Hulk doesn't negotiate. Out of the fire, something colossal rises. Not the Hulk they knew, but something darker. Muscles like cracked stone. Veins glowing toxic green. Skin burned and demonic. And when it speaks, the words cut deeper than any blast. There is no Banner here. The man who feared his own strength is gone. What stands now is pure rage, pure instinct, pure destruction. The Infernal Hulk looms over the soldiers, grinning like a freed predator. In that instant, they understand. They didn't come to stop a monster. They came to witness a god break. The soldiers finally break. Their training, their orders, none of it matters anymore. One of them steps forward, voice shaking. What? What do you want?" The Infernal Hulk looks down on them. Not with anger, but with disappointment. His lips curl into a twisted grin. From you, he spreads his arms wide, almost inviting their fear. And then, with a movement too fast to track, his hand closes around a soldier's head. There's no warning, no build-up, no mercy. Pop. Skull, blood, bone fragments. Everything explodes like rotten fruit crushed under a hammer. The body collapses to the ground, lifeless and empty. The Hulk doesn't roar or laugh or rage. He just looks at the carnage. His voice low and absolute. Nothing. Because to him, humans aren't enemies, or threats, or even obstacles. They're beneath notice. Silence lasts only a second, just long enough for fear to turn into panic. Then someone finally screams, "Lay 'em up!" Every weapon fires at once. Rifles, machine guns, rockets, tank shells. The night explodes into fire. Tracer rounds and artillery rain down in a storm of metal and flame, drowning the battlefield in smoke. The soldiers empty everything they have, not out of strategy, but out of pure, desperate survival. For a moment, it looks like the Hulk disappears in the inferno. But then, Through the flames, a shape moves, unharmed, unstoppable. His body shifts, skin rippling with unnatural growths, swirling circular scars, like something carved from cosmic horror. The Infernal Hulk raises an arm to casually block the barrage. Bullets flatten against him. Shells detonate harmlessly. Gunfire does nothing. And when the smoke clears, he's smiling. Not in anger, not in pain, but in enjoyment. Because to him, this isn't a battle. It's a warm-up. Gunfire rains from above as a helicopter unloads everything it has. Brap! Shells bounce uselessly off the Hulk's skin, not even slowing him. He lifts his hand, not to shield himself, but to reach. And then, with a single leap, the Infernal Hulk launches into the sky like a cannon round. Soldiers below watch in disbelief as gravity becomes irrelevant. He rises higher, higher, closing the distance in seconds. His expression isn't angry, it's bored. Like this is a routine chore. The helicopter pilot barely has time to react before a massive hand grabs the landing rail. Metal groans under impossible strength. What follows isn't a fight. It's a correction of physics. With one violent swing, the Hulk pulls and the entire aircraft yanks sideways, blades screeching, engines choking. To the soldiers below, it looks like a giant ripping a toy from the sky. And for the Hulk, it's just the beginning. The helicopter spirals down and hits the convoy like a falling bomb. A single kadoom that flips tanks, shatters steel, and turns soldiers into silhouettes in the firestorm. When the flames settle, the Infernal Hulk walks out untouched. No hurry, no fear, no interest in the carnage behind him. For everyone else, it's the end. For him, it's just noise. The Infernal Hulk moves through the battlefield like a living apocalypse. Explosions ripple behind him. Flames swallow vehicles and soldiers alike. Bullets hammer his skin, but they may as well be raindrops. Nothing slows him. Nothing even scratches him. The soldiers fall back, firing in sheer panic. But he keeps advancing. With one swing of his massive fist, bodies are sent flying like broken dolls. Bones snap. Armor crumples. Blood paints the ground. Then he grabs another soldier. There's a split second where the man struggles, eyes wide with terror. And then, scorch! The Hulk's hand closes, and the man simply comes apart. Not punched, not thrown. Crushed. Like breaking a juice box. Screams erupt. Orders blur. The line collapses. And yet, through all the chaos, one figure moves toward the danger. David Bridger. Grim. Determined. Frozen with fear, but still moving. Because even when the world is ending, someone has to stand. Someone has to try. Bridger doesn't hesitate. He charges the monster everyone else is running from. Run, Travis! Gunfire erupts as he empties his rifle into the Hulk's chest. Not to kill him, but to buy time. The Hulk pauses. Not because he's hurt, but because he recognizes something. I know you. His voice slithers through the air. Amused. Predatory. He leans down, studying Bridger's eyes, and sees the battles behind them. I see Ginny the Gull, the war devil, behind your eyes. Gamma fluid drips from the Hulk's mouth as he grins wider. You, little mortal. Electric coils lash out, weapons meant to restrain gods. They hit Bridger, hurling him backwards, screaming in pain. Travis shouts his name, terrified, but the Hulk only laughs. Belong with us. And then, without slowing, he reaches for another soldier. There's fear, there's a single breath, and then it's over. The Hulk discards what's left, like a crushed can, turning back toward Bridger, and this one as well. Each death isn't rage, it's a decision. And as Travis watches his squad, his friends, fall one by one, he realizes this isn't a battle anymore. This is a culling. The soldier in the Hulk's grip isn't just dying, something else is happening. His body twists, bones cracking, skin bubbling with gamma infection. His scream turns wet, wrong. The Hulk watches it happen with a sick kind of pleasure. Yes, it's not rage, it's not fury, it's ritual. The soldier's eyes roll white, his voice no longer human. Change now, my darling. His head snaps toward Bridger, almost as if something inside him recognizes him. Bridger. The transformation continues, flesh mutating, veins glowing. It's as if the Hulk isn't just killing, he's recruiting. Bridger watches in horror as the creature inside the dying man tries to crawl forward, calling him like prey with his own name. The monster finally collapses, twitching, gasping, and then, one last time, Bridger, you promised. Bridger freezes. That's when the shock collars kick again. Electricity coursing through him, his body convulsing. He's infected. He's changing, and the Hulk knows it. Before the transformation can finish, one of the remaining soldiers fires wildly, desperate. Bracca-cacaos. The infected soldier's head explodes, ending the mutation. But not the fear, because now they understand. The Hulk isn't just killing, he's building an army. The Hulk drops the dying soldier, as if exhausted by how fragile he was. He laughs, not the way Bruce Banner ever would, but like something old and starved finally being fed. Bridger staggers back, electricity crackling through his veins, infection spreading, but he keeps his weapon raised. He knows he can't win. He just refuses to run. The Hulk looms over him. Just you then. No army left, no backup, no plan. Just one man and a monster pretending at godhood. Gamma flesh warps and swells, and the Hulk places his massive hand on the ground. It begins to spread. Green corruption pulses outward like living tar, bubbling, twisting, crawling like roots hungry for flesh. And as it grows, the Hulk speaks words no human mind was meant to hear. I summon the living city of Golgothia. The corruption spreads faster. Bodies trapped beneath it begin to twitch. Something beneath the dirt writhes in response. Once I summoned you to the bright towers of Nineveh. Bridger's breath rattles, not from fear, but from something changing inside him. The Hulk's voice becomes ritual, command, prophecy. And now I raise you from the mountain tomb of Udra. Soldiers long dead or recently killed begin to move. Bones shift, teeth grind. An army of the fallen answering his call. The Hulk lifts Bridger like a chosen offering. The mother of horrors is dead. He grins, eyes glowing. Her eldest lives. The ground opens. The corpses rise. Obey me. The earth trembles as bodies and wreckage rise into the air. Gravity bowing to the Hulk's single command. Rise. Debris, corpses, and flames spiral upward. Bridger hangs helpless in the storm. Something inside him breaking, changing. A living tower of flesh and stone erupts from the ground, grown rather than built. Bridger falls toward it, screaming as he transforms. The Hulk watches with calm satisfaction. This isn't destruction, it's a ritual, a summoning. Hours later, the battlefield is unnaturally still. Smoke drifting, machines ruined, every sound swallowed. From the wreckage, a single figure rises. Bridger, shaking, glowing with unstable gamma fire under his skin, barely able to stand. Whatever's happening to him isn't healing, it's transforming. He staggers forward, caught between life and something far beyond it. A close-up of his eye, once human, now lit with a swirling alien yellow. And in that reflection, the Hulk, watching, waiting. Because the slaughter wasn't the finale, it was the beginning. A new landscape stretches out. Not a battlefield, but a twisted kingdom. Flesh towers, bone spires, and impossible shapes rise like a city grown from nightmares. Creatures that were once human shuffle in silent worship. Bridger stands at the gates, dwarfed by the living architecture, by the throne of pulsing, eldritch power at the center. And from the shadows, the Hulk emerges, changed, commanding, unmistakably sovereign, no longer a curse, a ruler, a conqueror, a god. This isn't the world fallen, it's the world already claimed. Bridger isn't just alive, he's changed. His skin is gray and cracked, stitched with glowing veins and gamma fire. His eyes burn with the same unholy light as the Hulk's army below. He's caught somewhere between man and monster, between victim and worshiper. And then he hears it, a voice, not shouted, not forced, just spoken, as if the entire horde shares the same breath. Bridger. Hundreds of undead eyes look up at him. Soldiers he once fought beside. Friends. People he swore he'd protect. Now they stand as servants to something twisted and ancient. Come down. They don't threaten. They don't beg. They simply expect. One soldier steps forward. All what's left of him. His body half-rotted, hand trembling, voice warping between memory and madness. He said you'd look out for us, Bridger. Remember? And then the final voice. A hollow echo of someone he once knew, someone he failed, someone now reborn into this nightmare. His words land like a curse. You promised. No escape, no return, no humanity left to cling to. Bridger isn't standing at the edge of hell. He's standing at the throne room of his new family. Bridger stops fighting. His body, no longer shaking, moves with eerie purpose as the twisted crowd opens for him. Not in fear, but in devotion. He walks past what's left of the people he once knew. Their humanity gone. His gaze lifts to the throne, to the Infernal Hulk. Step by step, he climbs, corruption spreading through him like burning stone. The man he was fades. Only Dewey remains. At the top, the Hulk waits, silent, sovereign, the architect of this new world. And Bridger, the last survivor of Red Creek, finally understands. He isn't a soldier or a hero anymore. He's a servant. A chosen part of the nightmare now made real. The throne room settles into silence. A silence so deep it feels alive. Stone, bone, and flesh fuse into a grotesque monument. A seat carved for something beyond mortal scale. And upon it, the Hulk sits. Not standing, not roaring, just sitting. As if this was always where he belonged. His voice rolls through the chamber, cold and absolute. Your kingdom has its capital, children. Bodies tremble, eyes glow. The mutated army kneels. Not from fear, but devotion. Because this isn't Bruce Banner anymore. It isn't even the Hulk. This is something older than Gamma, older than Rage. Something awakened. His eyes narrow. His grin widens. And your king summons you. The ground rumbles. A massive stone face beneath the throne splits open, revealing rows of teeth and a yawning abyss. A command follows. Rise. And from that living chasm, something answers. A creature dragging itself into daylight. All tentacles, eyes, and primal hatred. Born from the world he has reshaped. This isn't the rise of a monster. It's the birth of a kingdom. A new era. Ruled by the Infernal Hulk. Across the world, the news spreads. What began as a strange emergency alert out of Kentucky has now become a global conversation. Entire mountains collapsed. Smoke blanketing towns, bodies missing. Military forces erased. And somewhere in that devastation, a creature resembling the Hulk now rules. Reporters scramble for answers. Local theories range from old mine fires to something far worse. But the most chilling part, nobody knows if what's walking out there is Bruce Banner at all. Even the Avengers watch in silence. Iron Man, Vision, Captain America, even Spider-Man, all waiting for confirmation they're terrified to receive. Because if that thing really is the Hulk, then the world just lost its strongest Avenger and gained its most unstoppable threat. Around the globe, superhuman incidents spike. Magic, mutants, gods, everyone feels the shift. The occult community gives it a name. The Age of Monsters. And somewhere, over coffee and quiet dread, one question rises above the rest. Why can't we ever get a monster on our side? Next, Atlantis and the Age of Monsters. Quantum Judgment. And that, my friends, is the rise of the Infernal Hulk. A being carrying the legacy of ancient gods, corrupted divinity, and the raw violence of Bruce Banner's curse. If this is how the Age of Monsters begins, imagine how it ends. Do you want me to continue covering Philip Kennedy Johnson's full Hulk run, including the Eldest, the One Below All, the fate of Bruce, and what happens when the Avengers finally have to confront this demonic Hulk? Let me know in the comments, because if this video gets enough response, we'll go deeper, much deeper, into the nightmare that Marvel tried to bury. Thanks for watching, and remember, not every monster is born, some are summoned.